Hello, and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And well, for this one it is Gorf, which was made available as a cartridge. This is a demo, this isn't the actual game. And was released in 1983. Obviously it is a conversion of the 1980 arcade game. I've got a game underway, and I mean, I've already reviewed the arcade original, which I think is superb. One of my favourite arcade games. It's basically a compilation. It's made up of various stages which all appear were all taken from other arcade titles. Oh, fucking hell, I'm making a right bollocks up of this. So obviously the first stage is from Space Invaders. There's second stage, which is the laser attack level. This level can be quite tricky. Thankfully I was about to say thankfully I've timed it quite well and managed to destroy one of the laser, there we go, the actual ships that fire the laser. So right, now you may notice, if you are familiar with the arcade original, that something seems to have disappeared. The Galaxians level isn't in this. Indeed, the Galaxians level doesn't appear in any of the home conversions of this game, which is rather annoying. It's one of a couple of issues that this conversion has. Not only is the Galaxians level missing, but there's a bit of an issue with the graphics. Your ship is very, very large, a lot bigger than it is in the arcade original. Somehow it's put me through to the last level, even though I didn't really actually make it here. So we're now trying to destroy the mothership. So yes, the ship that you are flying is very large. It's also very slow, and a lot of the time, especially on that space warp level, you are nowhere near fast enough to be able to avoid the incoming shots. You have to shoot the red core of this mothership, which is easier said than done. Oh, I thought I fucking had it then. That wasn't even close. There we go. So, we move up from Space Cadet rank to Space Captain, and the game loops round. So, aside from, say, the issues of your ship being quite small, quite big and quite slow, and the missing Galaxians level, how does it play? It actually doesn't play too bad when you consider that, yeah, there are these issues. Oh, bollocks. I can't see how many lives I've got left. Where's it showing me the number of lives? I don't think it does. I've got to now see. There we go. Because your ship is quite slow moving, you don't have... Okay, there we go. That's game over at last. But yeah, because your ship is quite slow moving, if the shots are coming along quite close to you, the chances are you cannot avoid them. Anyway, let's fire up another go, and while we are doing this one, let's get the review underway. Graphically, it's pretty good. It's certainly, you know, there's no mistaking what this is a conversion of. Yes, most of the sprites are monochromatic and a bit bland, but then again, this is a you know, a 1983 conversion of a 1980 game. Don't go expecting fucking, I don't know, some sort of like modern PC classic, which I know a lot of people who weren't around at the time seem to think that that's what they're going to get. No. I'm fucked. Yeah, I had no way out there. It does also, of course, miss the speech that the game, the arcade original has. So we go into the space warp level. I can never remember how many of these things you have to destroy. It's 5 or 6, I think. I'm actually getting through this level a lot quicker than I thought I would. Oh, you cunt. I do wish it had the Galaxians level still in it. Which is, actually, it's rather stating the obvious. I mean, everyone wishes that, you know, it was a full conversion, not just a few levels. Well, all but one. So we're up to the mothership again. So yeah, graphically I think it's fine. In terms of audio, the audio isn't quite up there with the arcade original, but then you really wouldn't expect it to be. As good a conversion as it is, it knows the limitations of the machine, which is probably why it was released on a cartridge. And the gameplay, it's almost there. I don't remember hitting that, but there you go. Yeah, I mean the general gameplay is certainly there, but I mean things like your ship moving quite slowly and being rather large don't help matters much, but I don't know, just adds to the challenge, I suppose. It's not like the game is ludicrously difficult. I'm getting about as far here as I did in the arcade original, despite the Galaxians level not being here. That's handy, right. And get the Gorf, there we go, right, so now here's a fascinating piece of info for you. The reason the game is called Gorf is because the person who created this game, his nickname while at school was Frog, so he put it backwards and you got Gorf. There you go, wasn't that fascinating? Oh, fucking hell. I think that's my last life. No. These are really moving bloody fast. With my slow moving ship there, I was never going to be able to keep that up for long. So how do I rate it? It's a pretty good conversion, there's no doubt about that, but it does suffer from not having the Galaxians level. If it did have the Galaxians level, it would be pretty much spot on. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So I'll score it 7.5 out of 10. It's still a decent. It's still a decent one of those. It's also still a decent blaster. but I mean, well, there's you can now get the MAME original, and well, that has everything bar the speech. Apparently there is some sort of speech add-on that you could get for this, and it did allow you to it did actually have the speech programmed into it. I've never heard it, so I don't know if it's any good or if it's realistic, you know, as far as sounding like the arcade original. No idea, but apparently it was at least there. So there we go, that is Gorf then, the Commodore 64 conversion. 7.5 out of 10. Not bad despite missing one of the levels. So that brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.